Star Wars time. Yeah, so I picked up this giant booster box of Star Wars cards. I was interested in this because I've been getting really into Star Wars again lately. And this box is massive. I picked this up for a good, like, look at this. I can't even fit the whole thing in frame on my main camera, like just the bottom part. It is huge. I picked it for like 30 bucks, I think. I was interested in doing it because you guys know I love cards, I love card games, and I'm getting interested in Star Wars again. But for those of you who are new to this channel, understand I like to not do a whole lot of research into things. I like to go into these kinds of, not really new franchises, but new products and stuff for me, blind. It's more interesting to me to do the research after and actually just dig in for the first time and look at these with very little knowledge beforehand. So if you're looking for somebody who's super knowledgeable on these cards, this isn't the right place for you unless I do more of these in the future. But still, stick around if you're interested in these, because you might wonder what this card game looks like to an outsider. I'm trying to get this thing open. I had tape on it. God, that was a pain to open. Okay, there we go. So, from what I do know about these, is that each of these packs, they are weirdly shaped. I'm going to get this thing off camera. These things are weirdly shaped because we actually have a die here. I can feel it. There's a die in each one of these. So I guess this card game is actually a card and dice game. And I guess you need to use certain dice for different things. But we get 5 cards in each of these along with the die. Now, of course, with me not doing a whole lot of research into it, I don't really know. Well, that tear tab's in a terrible spot. Terrible. I don't really know what the rare cards are to get, so I guess we'll kind of figure that out as we go. We'll set this die to the side off camera. Oh no, Boba fell. It's fine. That's interesting. I was wondering how they would put the cards in there with the die without them getting beat up. And I don't think this is really going to necessarily prevent them from being beat up, but it's not terrible. Yeah, they're definitely still pretty warped. That looks like some Clone Wars stuff right there. Actually, what do the back of these look like? Okay, just like a blue, like rusted metal. That's kind of neat. Yeah, there's some Clone Wars stuff there. We got a Chewie. Okay, so do you have sideways cards? Bowmar Monastery. Yep, don't know you. Running Interference and Jedi Instructor. So I'm assuming that there are holos in this card game. I haven't really, again, looked into it. But these cards, I will say, from somebody who does Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Primarily, along with some other card games on the side, they're not the greatest. Now, the card art is nice. I'm not shitting on the card art at all. I think it looks nice. I do think that this is a very unique way of showing the artwork, with this kind of like rounding corners and stuff like that. I like that as well. What I don't like is how thin these things are. They feel cheap. They feel like they would tear or just, age poorly to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they wouldn't age bad, but they feel like they would break really terribly. They also feel longer than most cards. No, I guess that's just the way the artwork is presented. So, like, there's a Pokemon card behind it. It is a little, like, it's the same length, but it's a little bit thinner than a Pokemon card would be. So it's not only that it's long, it's that it's a little bit thinner than the Pokeboys, but still not bad. Don't get me wrong. I like to look at the negative things first to get them out of the way, if you understand what I mean. I'm a very negative person. So let's look at the die here. Don't really recognize that character, although she does appear to be, what's the name of Darth Maul's planet? Dathomir, I believe. It appears that she is Dathomirian. Also, yes, I have watched some of the Clone Wars. I understand probably a fair amount of these are going to be from the Clone Wars. That tear tab doesn't work at all. It is just not in a good spot. I have watched a little bit of the Clone Wars. I started watching through it and then just kind of stopped. I really need to get back into it. Let's see. We have Focus, Persuade, Poor Man. This was the actor who had died, right? I'm pretty sure. And they like CGI'd him in. Plo Koon there. That's the blind man from the newer movies. And Scatterblaster. Yeah, so as far as things from the newer movies, they aren't a focus of mine. They're not a big thing for me. This just appears to be a turret. Like, not a character, it's just an automatic gun. At least what it looks like. Next pack. Let's try to tear. Again, that tear thing sucks. I'm gonna have to just start cutting these open, I think. I do have my little box cutter here. I'll just start cutting these open because they put the tear thing right next to like the hanger tab. Let's go and look at the die first. We have a little droid here. So it looks like we're gonna get a fair amount of little robot boys, like the little turret we had, a little sentry, however you want to say it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all of these. I mean, they look kind of neat, but I don't think they really have much of a purpose. Maybe I'm wrong on that as well. So we have Against the Odds, Mandalorian armor. That's sick. Tenacity. Whoops. Drop Zone, and ID6 Seeker Droid. Well, that's pretty fitting, so I guess that little droid we have on the die is also the Seeker Droid. Seeing as I am Seeker, yeah, I don't mind that. That's kind of neat. Maybe I'll start stacking these up in the background as we go. So I did notice on these, we do have like a corner here that's focus. That's like perforated, so it's meant to bend. And we also have this, which is also meant to bend in one way or another. Maybe these have something that you can do with them. Like, it almost looks like you're supposed to take one of the die and put it in here. Maybe. Yeah, so you can put a die in there. I don't really know what the point of that is. Maybe just to display them? And then... Oh! Maybe that's it. Maybe? I'm not really sure. Alright, next pack. I'm gonna try and cut it without destroying the cards inside, maybe. Pull this out along with our die, which I think we'll just keep looking at the die second. Look at the cards first. So we have Rear Guard, Mr. Slave Owner Man, yes, Detention Center, and Natural Pilot. So maybe there aren't any kind of hollows for this. It's going to be harder for me as someone who doesn't really know what they're doing. It looks like we're looking at a ship here. Like a fighter ship. But as someone who doesn't really know about this card game, again, not doing much research, it's gonna be harder for me to look at what might have value and what might not. They might have rarity markers on them somewhere, though, so that could help me. But I gotta say, if there are no hollows in this card game, that really devalues my interest in it, because I like shiny things. No, I just feel like the hollows add more value, you know, in more ways than one. Alright, we got Lil Leia there, Red Alert, Tenacity, whoops, I keep drawing two cards at once, Pilfered Goods, we have some thievy boys, and Servant of the Dark Side. He looks almost like they're trying to do, almost like a Revan, I believe that's how he's supposed to be pronounced. I've heard Raven, but I know it should be Revan. But not quite, he's just more just like an armored, Sith apprentice. And we have, oh, okay, we actually have him here on the die as well. Do they seed these dice to the cards in the pack? Maybe they do actually seed these to that. Also, I hope these look good on this camera. I can't really see this camera when I'm showing things off on it, so I can't really tell if it looks good up there or not. Still, though, the fact that we haven't pulled a single hollow would either mean that the hollows are going to have much higher value than in most card games, or they just don't exist. Okay, we have Local Patrol, Recycle Again, Only Business Matters, fair enough. Reckless Reentry, I actually really like the artwork on that one, makes me think of the Squadron's artwork. And Darth Vader's TIE Advanced. Okay, so do these things have a thing on them? I don't believe that these have any kind of rarity marker. I've scanned the card all over. We'll do a few more packs, and then whenever my camera needs to take a break, because my camera has to take breaks, I'll look up and see if there's like a rarity chart. Oh, I forgot to look at the die because I'm dumb. There's the die from the last one. It appears to just be a little TIE Fighter boy. I'm guessing maybe it's Vader's TIE Fighter because that's the card that we pulled. All right, so our next set of cards, of course, we have our little BB boy, Roll On. Appraise, fair enough. Another one of that boy, Double Cross. Now, he would never do that. And Remote Training. I remember that, like, Jedi training thing that you could buy. It was like a toy that, I don't know, it was weird. And actually, there's the training ball from the Jedi training card. So, little droid training ball boy. Man, most of these dice are just blue. Next pack, cutter open. And yeah, for those of you who have done this card game, who do collect this card game, who, you know, have played it in the past, let me know some things that I might be missing, you know, as far as what these are used for, about rarity, about, you know, just whatever you feel like down there in the comments that you think I missed. We have Bestow, Rend, Only Business Matters, Entrenched, and okay, we actually got a character, General Recon. I don't recognize him. Defensive Mastermind. Maybe he is from Rebels or Clone Wars. But we also got him on a die, Woo. So yeah, I think that kind of confirms that the die is preceded to go with, I guess, the rare card, or just like, you know, one of the cards in the pack. We have Mr. Hutt, Truce, Funeral Pyre, Battle of Wills, Hell Yes, and we have Temptation with our little boy there in the background. And of course, our die, we have Mr. Palpatine again on a blue die. Not very fitting for Palpatine to be on a blue die, but you know. Next pack. But yeah, the one reason I really wanted to do this set, aside from the fact that I was able to find it for a damn good price, is just the fact that it looks like it doesn't primarily have things from the... Well, okay, I'm just making a mess out of this pack. It doesn't primarily have things from the new movies, which is all I really care about. I'm not a fan of the new movies. I know that might upset some people that actually like this card game, because it seems to have a lot to do with them. Hey, a little Y-Wing, sweet. That's probably what our die is going to be as well. Also, apparently I killed power to my little Eevee here. Oh, like, okay, I completely killed power. Things are not going properly today. Yeah, okay, we have the Y-Wing on our die as well. Alright, I'm gonna do one more, then I'm going to let my camera cool down and maybe do a little bit of research on this, now that I've done a few packs and I have a decent idea as to what we're dealing with here. So, that might be interesting. Let's look at our cards. We have Local Patrol, Appraise, Lightsaber Pull, Something Familiar. She looks a little weird drawn in that one. And Training Remote, which means we also have our little remote training ball. Research has been done, and I've learned a few things. So, most importantly, no, there do not appear to be hollows, or at least nothing that I could find on it. It just kept pointing me towards a specific card called the Holocron. But I did learn that, yes, there is a way to see the rarity of all of these cards. So we're going to start off by going through these, and I believe blues are our commons right down there in the corner. So we should have 3 common blues, yep, then we should have a yellow for our uncommon, and then at the back we're going to have a green for rare. But sometimes instead of a rare, we will get a purple, which is known as a legendary. Of course, we have our Wookiee on the die there. Hey, our first yellow die, look at that. So what we are aiming for is the legendaries, of course. So I guess that's going to be our big sign as to value and what to really, you know, look into more and aim for. I like knowing what I should be aiming for. So we have our Heat of Battle Thermal Paint. What would that be useful for? I guess you could paint things that only people could see if they had, you know, thermal vision. Okay. Trust the Force. We have a Port District, Bespin, alright. And off the bat, after I get done mentioning it, we have our first legendary, Grand Inquisitor Sith Loyalist, and we also have the matching die to go with it. So that is our first legendary. That's kind of awesome. They pulled it right afterwards. So yeah, Grand Inquisitor. Kind of neat. By the way, I did look through the cards you've already opened. There's no need to go back. I didn't pull any legendaries before. This is the first one of the video. That's pretty sick. Alright, our next pack, and of course I will look into how you actually play this game, but as a lot of you guys probably already know, I am a collector first and foremost. I like to play card games sometimes, but it's never my primary thing. So we have Swift Strike, Ruthless Tactics, Partnership. For our uncommon, we have Medical Center. Well, it's not really much of a medical center, it's more of a cloning center, but whatever you want to call it. And we have another character, Kanan Jarrus, Rebel Jedi. Don't really recognize him that well either, but again, I need to watch through Rebels and I need to watch through Clone Wars. And of course, we're going to have the matching die for him as well. If I can face him the right way. There he is. There he be. Next pack. This razor is getting really used today. I should probably break it off and move on to the next blade on that razor. because it has been getting rather abused as of late. But we have another pack. What do you know? Also, I forgot to look up what those black things can be used for, but you know. So we have a little Jawas here. Hell yes. Prepare for war. That is... I can't remember what your name is. Main Plaza. For our uncommon, we have All Quiet on the front, and lastly, our rare, we have Cable Launcher, which should be, yep, it looks like our rare card at the back will always be what our die is tied into. So that's at least interesting to know. Next pack, at least it's in like a gravity fed box, so whenever I grab a pack, the next one just kind of drops down for me. We have our Indomitable. Stolen Cash, Fortuneous Strike. Yeah, that's it. Fall back, and we got another rare. Hell yes, we got Mace Windu, Master of the Council. It's so weird to me, it doesn't actually show their name here. It shows like a title, Master of the Council. But that would mean that every council member is going to say Master of the Council, right? Presumably, so we have multiple Master of the Council cards to say their name. Of course, we have Mace Windu there on our die as well. That actually does look pretty awesome. I'm happy to have that one. I am still wondering why a majority of these are blue. Like, is there a reason that most of these die are blue? I don't really see anything about the die color coordinating to anything specific on the card. Maybe the card's like thing on the outside. It's like we got a yellow die, so I guess we'll find out on this one. Against the odds. Deploy squadron, strike briefing, commandeer, okay, and tough haggler is our rare. So yeah, it does have yellow around the outside, so I'm guessing that's what that means. But of course, there's the same artwork, just printed very small on a die. I am shocked these are as cheap to buy as they are. Like, they are cheaper than buying Pokemon, I believe. Oh, there's a tear thing on the bottom. There's a tear tab on the bottom and the top. Oh. Well, that's good to know. Goodbye, Razor. I forgot completely what I was saying. Oh yeah, so these are cheaper than Yu-Gi-Oh! They're cheaper than Pokemon. Okay, I think they're cheaper than Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Is pretty cheap. Reaping the Crystal. Alright, and we have Rookie Pilot. Of course, there he is. Wow, they really zoomed in on his face on that one. But I'm surprised that they're cheaper. Because A, it's Star Wars. That is a massive franchise. Yes, it's not themed around cards. Star Wars isn't one of those things that the first thing you think of is cards, unlike with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, where, well, I guess you think about the games first for Pokemon, but you understand my meaning here. But the fact that they have to not only make 5 cards per pack, which, you know, most card games usually have like 8, 9, sometimes 10. Okay, that's another nice little artwork thing to have. And we have Electro Staff there at the back. Honestly, one of the coolest weapons from the Star Wars universe. I feel bad for him, though. They completely cropped him out of the photo. But the fact that they are making 5 cards for every pack, and they're putting a die in there that requires 6 stickers to go around the outside. Oh, I keep going for the razor. 6 stickers to go along the outside of the die. Like, it's not as simple as just, you know, 6 or 7 cards. Like, that's a different sticker for each one. Yeah, the stickers aren't that expensive, but still, like, I can't imagine that their cost for production is cheaper than the other series. We have EMP grenades. Of course, we have the matching thing on our little gray die here. God, we have a lot more to go than I thought we did. I thought we were actually pretty far. But I keep forgetting what I was talking about. It's just odd to me that it would be so much cheaper. Okay, there's a little Jawa moving tank. Voices cry out as you command. Unyielding. I thought I said youngling. I was like, yeah, and that youngling is about to die. And for our rare, we have coordination, which of course on a die as well. I think maybe they recoup the cost by using, you know, not as good paper for the cards, or maybe not as, you know, fine of a print as they do for Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And others. Maybe that is how they recoup the cost of being able to sell these for generally cheaper. I don't know what the MSRP is for these. Maybe they are supposed to be sold for more. But generally, I find them for cheaper. And there we go, Cad Bane. What? Yeah, he's listed as a villain. And we have him on a die as well. That is a nice legendary boy right there. Looks like he belongs in Ringo, whatever the name of that movie was with the lizard. So again, I'm not trying to crap on this series. If you guys like it, cool, good for you. But you have to acknowledge the good with the bad. And while I do think these are awesome, you can't deny that the print, or at least the card quality, isn't as up there as other series. We have Energy Slingshot. Of course, we have it on our die here. Focus. But with that being said, I do plan on doing more of these. I actually do like these. They are definitely interesting. But I think I want to look into the actual gameplay of this game first before I go buying more. And I don't want to dedicate myself and tell you guys, yeah, we're going to do another one soon. Wait for it now. That's actually nice artwork there. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to happen. Oh, you should be a legendary. Look at you. Iconic scene. Okay, we have Lando. It's just a rare. Man, they really don't care for Lando, do they? But there he is on the die as well. So I'll be looking into it more and deciding if I want to purchase more. I actually do think I will, just because me like card and me like Star Wars. We have Focus, Dangerous Mission, Battle Rage, Kill Them All, sure. Trickery, and we have Psychometry, Me not good at pronouncing made-up words. Watch, that's going to be like one of the few non-made-up words, and I still managed to butcher it. Next pack here, we have once again our little Jawa tank thing. Force Vision, Covering Fire, It Will All Be Mine. You go, little Anakin boy. And BD1 Cutter Vibro Axe. Man, just looking at the different weapons, anytime I look at weaponry from Star Wars, all I want to do is play KOTOR. Because that was one of the coolest parts of KOTOR, is that, yeah, I mean, most people, including myself, just ended up using a lightsaber anyways. But all the different weaponry in KOTOR was just really cool to me, and being able to make your own lightsaber especially cool. I started to play it again recently as well during my big Star Wars kick, and I modded the hell out of it to make KOTOR 2, I think. It might have been 1 I started with. To make it, look a lot better, much more appealing for the modern day. Natural Pilot, and there is the matching die. But I was, modded the hell out of it to make it look better. I didn't really modify the gameplay much at all. And I have been enjoying going back and playing through it again. By modding it and making it look better, it makes it hold up nostalgically. Because, whenever you haven't played a game since you were a little kid, you tend to remember it looking better and being better than it actually was. There's another Monastery. Fearless. And we have General Hux. Cool. Well, there you are on a die again. Really zoomed in on your face there. Do we have? Is this our last pack? No. Okay. No. Okay. They were stuck in the top of the box. There are more. They were just kind of stuck up against each other. Let's see what we have here. Another legendary, maybe, perhaps. We have Tech Team Focus. Hey, I'm part of a tech team. Lightsaber training, pinned down. Faint and legendary, please. Nope, okay, we have a chance cube. Pretty fitting. We literally have a cube drawn on a cube. Next pack, what do we have? Are we going to have another cube on a cube? Because I want some more cubes on my cube so I can stack them into a cube. We have Bestow once again. Plastoid Armor. Secret Mission. I just revealed that. Weapons Facility Alpha. And we have the X8 Night Sniper. Who owned you? Anyways, there is the, it looks almost like it should be Han's weapon, but I know that's not Han's gun. I don't know whose gun that's supposed to be. Lando, there we go. I'll say it'd have to be somewhat related to Han, right? Just by the fact that it looks, like a similar model to his. But cool, another nice legendary there with, once again, another matching die to go with it. Okay, so we only have 6 more packs to go. Maybe we can pull at least one more legendary, or at least I'm hoping. And I still don't really know what I'm going to do with these. Like, yeah, I should probably hold on to them. They're meant to hold the dice, but, like, not really the best way to store them, I imagine. Focus there. All right, we got Rear Guard, Rend, Kill Them All. I revealed our rare back there. 4 Inoxes, and our rare card is Bosek, Wookiee Slayer. Good for you, buddy. You're killing some adorable bears that never wish to do any harm to anyone and are definitely not a threat and can just tear your arm off. Alright, our next one, we have Disable, Voices Cry Out, Partnership, Endurance, and our rare, we have Mana Guard. Definitely doesn't look bad, I gotta say that. And there is our Mana Guard die. Next pack! But yeah, I'll probably do more of these. I actually am enjoying this so far. I do like the Star War, so we'll probably do more of these in the future. I'm just not going to guarantee anything. Imperial HD Thermal Paint, we have Rally Aid, and we have another rare Hera, so Phoenix Leader, and the die go with her. 3 left, we are nearing the end, and we haven't pulled another legendary yet. I at least want to one in our final 6 here. Alright, so we have our little BB boy, Mandalorian armor, main plaza, fearless, and we have a probe droid, and so that means our die as well. What do you know? It's a probe droid. So I do wonder what the die actually have to do when it comes to the game. I do see that, like, they have, like, maybe the card has a thing that you can initiate a roll with, and that's why there's a specific die for each card. It's definitely an interesting way to do things, though. So we have Dangerous Mission, Deploy Squadron, Rend, Flanking Maneuver, and there we go, a legendary. Grand Inquisitor's Lightsaber. That actually looks sick. I still love the circle hilt. That doesn't really make much sense if you're going to be fighting somebody else with a lightsaber, because they can just cut through that circle hilt. Doesn't really protect your hand that well. But we also have the die to go with it, which also just looks sick. I love that card. That is awesome. I also love that, like, it shows it on his back like that. That's just cool. And with our final pack, we will see another legendary, I hope. Probably not. Knowing my luck, we can never end a video on a positive note. That's not how this channel works. Alright, we got Focus. We have Focus. Yes, please. Tech Team. We have Ruthless Tactics. Trust the Force. Take Prisoner. And our last card of the day, we have another legendary, T7 Ion Disruptor Rifle. A lot of weaponry being used as legendary cards, and of course there it is on the die as well. What is it about that weapon, though, the T7 Ion Disruptor Rifle, that would make it a legendary thing? I need to look into that now. I am the kind of person that, like, when I get really into a certain franchise, that has a good lore to it, I'll literally just go and binge, like, lore videos on YouTube. Mostly I did that with Skyrim, but I also did it with Star Wars as well. I've been binging a bunch of those. So of course, we have our giant stack of cards, but for the end of video recap, everything that we pulled that was worth note. We have our T7 Ion Disruptor Rifle, our Grand Inquisitor's Lightsaber, our Grand Inquisitor... I felt like I needed to say something after that. Grand Inquisitor Sith Lord. Like, it sounded like I just, like, cut off my sentence there. Master of the Council. We have Cad Bane. And, of course, we have our X8 Night Sniper, which might be our coolest pull. I mean, the rest of them are kind of neat. I really like the Inquisitor, and that we got it with his lightsaber. But I just like that we have little Lando's gun here. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe down below. I do full-length videos 2 days a week. Again, primary focus is always going to be Pokemon, but the reason why I named this channel Junk Seeker is because I like to seek junk. I like to do whatever looks interesting to me, which I have very weird interests. So, there is always going to be other things like this. If you've gotten this far in the video, though, I assume that's because you like that fact, or you're just here for Star Wars. Either way, I really do hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all in a couple days. Goodbye.